Hello everyone, I'm Ivan and it is a time for programming and scripting in MATLAB. Today we will discuss how we can create a script in MATLAB to simplify entering some data, and what type of scripts we have, and maybe a little bit talking about main trigonometric functions. First of all, what is script? Script in MATLAB, it is a specific textual file which includes set of commands and maybe functions for execution in MATLAB. If we would like to create script, we should go to the bottom New Script or click plus. Here we will have variety of different types which we can create for MATLAB and for Simulink. In my work we will be more focused in three. First, it's a normal script which can be created by Ctrl+N, then live script, also very useful for light codes, and functions. Functions, it's very useful because time to time we need to execute some part of code multiple times. Thus functions, it is like small script with code which we can execute many times. First of all, let's talk about just simple script. If we click script here, you will see that editor script editor in MATLAB will be opened. Just a second, where it is, I don't know. New script. Okay, it is here. Hop. Yep. Editor, script editor in MATLAB looks like this one. Here we've got create new script. We can open previously created script. We can save our script somewhere. Also, we can navigate from one line to another or can find something. We can use command or other smart functions which can correct your script to more useful view. Also, we can set up breakpoints which stop execution of your script. It's very useful when you run your code first time and you would like to stop somewhere to check something. Thus breakpoints is worked here. Then button run, which can be used for run your script, and different variation of run also present here. Then here we've got published functions. Here we can also use smart functions which can help you to represent results of your scripts. And view also, we can use the whole screen for your coding, or you can divide it by two, vertically or horizontally, or you can expand or do whatever you would like. We will talk about it a little bit later when we have something for coding. Each script should be saved because it is a text file. To do that, first of all, we need to go to save, then save, then we need to specify folder where we would like to save this file. Lesson 2, it will be my folder for today, and our script will be also lesson 2. Also take attention that scripts in MATLAB has extension .m, which means MATLAB script. Thus save, and here you are. But before we will start to do something in script, let's talk about behavior of coding. In this case, I will ask you always to put description in your script, because in like 1 week you even cannot remember what you code. Thus, if you add description anywhere, it will help you. To add description in MATLAB we use comments, and comment in MATLAB will be pasted by percentage symbol. Thus, if you would like to start script, I will be glad if you put some description. What does it mean? First of all, let's specify, for example, title of our code, like first script in MATLAB. Then at the second line I prepare to specify name of person who is called. My name is Ivan, thus I will specify it. Then will be helpful name of organization for which you coded National Aviation University. And finally, it will be nice if you put current date. For example, January 23, 2022. As you can see, this text will be marked by a green color, and it means that MATLAB does not use it for execution because it is command. Next, before we will start any coding, we need to prepare MATLAB environment for coding. To do that, we need to specify 3 basic functions which should to be executed. First of all, it is clear command window. Second one, clear workspace. If you remember, there are 2 variables which can clear workspace: clear all and clear vars. MATLAB recommend us to use clear vars. Thus, clear vars, which will clear all workspace from previous running. And if you would like to use some graphs, close all. It should be also here, but I do not want to use graph today. Thus, we just left 2 of these lines at the beginning of our code. And that's all. Next, we can code any sequence of commands in MATLAB which we would like. For initial task, I would like to try to evaluate some trigonometric functions. First of all, let's create matrix X, which will be input data for a trigonometric function. Thus, let's create X, which will be from 1 to 360 degrees. Yep, it will be our X input data for trigonometric function. And then we will create Y, and Y will be equal, for example, sine, but in this case sine should to be specified in radians, because we've got degrees here for sine. Thus, sine d specify angle input in degrees. then we specify brackets and then put x. Then we can run our script by clicking F9 or just clicking button run. After that, MATLAB will ask me, would you like to change current path for execution because your script is located not in the connected to MATLAB directory. And I admit that I would like to change folder, and that's all. And you can see in our command window that it was execution, and result of this execution will be present in command window. Also in workspace we've got x variable. We can click double time and we can open it, and we've got our data in degrees and result of radian sine calculation. In order to improve performance, everyone try to protect printing results in command window. To do that, we should put semicolon at the end of each line in MATLAB. And if you run it one more time, you will see that in command window will be everything empty, because we admit putting data from execution. Let's create a small graph in MATLAB to visualize our sign. Thus, in MATLAB we have quite easy graph meshing, and we just need to specify function plot and then specify x and y, and it will be enough for plotting graph. If you run it one more time, you will see that figure will be generated, and we've got our sine shape. Okay, let's try to generate cosine. In this case, we just put y1 is equal cosine in degrees is equal x, and when we run, you will see that we've got y1. Next, let's try to use tangents. In MATLAB, tangents, it is just tan, then x from tangents also in degrees will be equal following. Okay, we have it, and let's plot all of this data in one plot graph. Thus we can specify x y1 and x y2, and if you run it, okay, you will see that we've got sine, we have cosine red, and we've got tangents yellow graph here. Also the same could be opposite functions for arcsine, arccosine, and arctan. In this case, function like a sine from y should be used, a sine in degrees. Then arccosine in degrees for y, why not? And d2, it will be tangents in degrees for input variable y. This is the main trigonometric functions in MATLAB, and we can run it and we've got our results, because you see that all variables is present here. Some values, it is here. Thus, script in MATLAB, it is a sequence of codes which will be automatically run in MATLAB, and we can save this sequence as txt file, and we can change, modify or improve something in this file. Also quite important, take attention about this green box. If you will take any mistake in your code, here this green box will specify a place where you got mistake. As an example, if I remove one bracket here, you will see that MATLAB underline by red line that here we miss something, and also specify error which we have missing one bracket. And also you can see that our indicator is not green, it is red. It means that we've got something wrong. Therefore, always we should to check if here red or green. If red, we will go to the line where we've got red, then put cursor here, we've got information about what's happened here, and then we can find solution to improve our code. This is the basic of script. Also, please take attention that each script in MATLAB by default it is function. Thus, you cannot title your script as a predefined function in MATLAB. Or in this case, your function will cross predefined function. Also, you should to use alphabetic chars, letters and numbers. Next type of script, it is function. Let's create a function. If we just click new and then use function, you will see that function will be generated. In this case, we can delete this information, and what important here is that inside of function script, it is the same script, but we've got function and end in the end of this script. Also, we need to specify input argument for your function and output argument. As an example, we can put input argument x, and here we can specify title of this function. It will be Ivan first function. Ivan first function. Output argument will be y. Or if you use only one argument, we do not need to put squared brackets. Thus, y is equal Ivan first function, and input argument will be x. Then we need to specify body for our function. In this case, we can use some part of code which we would like to repeat at many times in different scripts. As an example, let's use like y is equal sine d from x plus cosine d from x, and then maybe add 125 multiply with tangents in degrees of x. It will be my function. Then I prefer to delete all spaces, and also form it at the second level. Then we need to save. Also, MATLAB recognize title of your function from this description, and then put this title in your file name. It is important that file name should be the same with the title which you use in the function body. Then we click save, and we've got our function. What next? We can use this function anywhere. Thus, I just put in my previously created script that y is equal, or maybe why not y, d3 is equal e1 first function from x, semicolon, to terminate appearance in command window, and then we can run. Let's check what we have in D3. We have D3 and you see result. However, because I did not terminate inside of function, I've got appearance in command window. Thus, I need to go to my function and then put semicolon at the end, then Ctrl S, and then if I run, everything will be clear, I think. Thus, functions, it is like packed part of code which you can use anywhere. And also quite important that variables that you will use inside of your functions will be hidden for your parent script. Thus, parent script does not care about what kind of variables is used in your function body. Thus, for example, here you can write s equal something like that, then y equal s plus p number, for example, and it will work. If you run it, you will see that we've got results for D3. Thus, in parent script, we've got hidden variables from function, and this is great because it have to keep your workspace clear. Because you see that in my function you've got s variable, but in parent directory we do not have s in our workspace. And finally, third type of script which I like very well, it is live script. Live script, it is script in which command window and plot is built inside of specific environment. Also quite important that description of live script is MLX, and also when we run when we open live script, you will see that here we've got additional buttons, not usual that we have for script. And in this case, for example, we can choose text or code for some scripts. Thus, let's put some text at the beginning. It will be like first, just a second. First code, first programming in MATLAB. Then we can click enter. Then you can see that we can use bold, we can italic, underline, whatever you would like. Thus we can put any text from Word inside of your MLX file without like any changes. Even hyperlink we can add. Must work. Okay, good. Thus hyperlink is present too. However, then we can click code and we can put code inside of your script. Thus let's define variable x, which will be equal from 1 to 500. Then we specify y. Y will be equal sine d from x. And then we specify plot x from y. Let's run our live script and we will see how it works. Okay, and you will see that this script has been run and we've got our graphs. Also, you can see that we can combine output in separate window for graphs, or we can combine it with the text. Thus, it is very useful because you can integrate code in text document, and later you can like extract or export to PDF, and you've got some reports. Thus, it is good because you combine textual data with formatting, with coding in MATLAB, and with visualization tool. Everything built in. Okay, let's go next. Next, you can add some text. I don't know what you would like to add. And next, you can continue your code, like y1 is equal cosine d from argument x, and then you can specify plot x from y1, and then if you run, just a second, we will get the second graph. And you will see that it is very useful and speedy solution for operation with like small trigonometric functions with small visualization. And probably that's all. We consider three main types of scripts. Thus, please do not forget, like usual script. In this case, we should use commands to specify description of the script. Then function, which is script which is used for packing some part of code, and then run this part of code from usual script or from live script. And third is live script, which give us possibility to get integrated text in our code with integrated graphs. That is also great if you would like to prepare some reports about something. Thus, for example, you can enter different variable at the beginning, and all document with graphs will be automatically regenerated. Even you can add images and many others, even templates. And this is great because you can save a lot of time for formatting reports for some particular purposes. I will save my script also in my folder. Thank you for coming. If you have any question, I will be glad to answer. Thank you. Good luck.